What is going on, guys? It is Maskman here, and welcome to Planet Coaster, something I've been excited about for a while, and I finally decided to get my hands on it and give it a try because, those of you that don't know, tiny little backstory. The Roller Coaster Tycoon series is like my favorite series of all time. I abused Roller Coaster Tycoon 1 and 2 and all those expansions, and 3. But like 1 and 2 were like my whole childhood, and then when 3 came out, that was all of my like beginning like 10 to 13 years. You know, that makes sense, that made sense. So now, this is out by the people that made Roller Coaster Tycoon 3, and not the fuck-ups that are making Roller Coaster Tycoon World right now. And so, I've started playing with this a little bit, and I'm very happy. So I'm going to introduce you guys to my first little tiny experiment park called Beginner's Luck. It's not much. It's really not much. You know, it was just me getting used to the builder, and I'm quite happy with it. You know, I just wanted to like, this didn't really like take time. It took me probably a couple hours just to mess around a little bit with it, and this was just kind of something to make over here, just kind of add a little more to the park than just the roller coaster that I built, because that's pretty much the coasters when I named Beginners Luck, because that took me the most time to try and make work. Because I like, you know, it's kind of like a free building thing more so than the other Roller Coaster Tycoon games where you kind of put down to a grid, where this is very much like you can do whatever the hell you want to it. So this is just kind of here. I got little details here you'll be able to see when night comes along. But this right here is my prime beauty over here. You'll get to see more of it as we start to go further in the park. But it is Beginner's Luck. I made myself a little station, getting used to the building. I just wanted to see how it worked to get used to it. And just kind of made a little thing. There's my little entrance queue and my little entertainer. Didn't even know he was here, but he's here. I've also got only 16 frames a second because even though I have a nice video card, this isn't the easiest game to run sometimes. Well, I also have it on like max details, so that probably doesn't help me either. But look at all these people. You have a big nose, lady. But that's not important. Let's take a look at our actual reason we're in this park. Beginner's Luck. Just a roller coaster. Right here. Oh, there is not much to it. I forgot, the other big park is kind of like the failure park that I made that really, really, really did not work. I might go show you guys that here in a second, but I like how this played out. The thing I like as well about this is like, I made this to actually get used to the free building to where I could, I'll go ahead and get on the ride camera. Let's go ahead and watch in first person while I talk it. 20 frames a second. Well, 15 to 20 frames a second. So, this is my little roller coaster. When I build in this game, I completely use, like, I don't really use, like, the pre-built assets of, like, the loops or the helixes or the big turns or anything. I pretty much make everything freely and do very, very small snap angles, if that makes sense. So instead of being like where you can do like 90-degree angle snaps or 45-degree angle snaps, I have it like down to like 11 degrees most of the time. It's a little less than that sometimes, because I like being able to like freely mess with it and get a hang of how it works. So everything on this ride was pretty much made just using, you know, the free angles that I make with every single piece that I put down. And it's a small ride, pretty simple, but I like it. I think it's pretty good. I liked how smooth it rode, a lot better than the other little mess I made. And I've got this. I'm going to fast forward it to night because I decided to play with the lights a little bit on this too, but it's probably going to take a little while to get to night, isn't it? Because that time is not moving fast enough for me. It is now 10:40 a.m. Okay, we're going to take a little break here then, so I'll be back in a second. Thank you, Belle. Ladies and gentlemen, the sun is starting to set over my park. It is hiding behind the mountains. However you say that thing from the Lion King. Okay, so that's done. I decided to play with the lighting a little bit because that's something fairly new that's pretty damn awesome. I'm going to go ahead and, since it's gotten pretty dark, I'll go ahead and return to normal time. I decided to play with the spotlights a little bit because those are going to be a big thing for the scenery. Like, as you can see right here, I decided to just light up this little fountain thing that I don't know how to make it work because it's just kind of there. I can duplicate it or move it or trash it. Don't know how to make it turn into a fountain. Unless it's not supposed to be a fountain. I don't know, but it says fountain on the thing. And then I've got these lights shining on this sign here. And it kind of creates a little after effect, if that makes sense. Like it goes through to where it produces a shadow. If that makes sense. It makes sense in my book. Actually, does it? Maybe. But I just kind of like how the spotlight works. And then, like, I've got inside the, inside this blue coaster here, I've got the blue spotlights, or the cayenne. And I've got them hidden up in the rafters, pointing down on the queue so you can see all the people glowing in blue light. It's just like, I like the way they have all this going on here, because I think it is fucking superb with all the lighting included and the free scenery placement and all the new how they focus on like buildings now. Because I remember in the Roller Coaster Tycoon 3 community, like custom scenery and dark rides and all that were like a big thing for those that were really into the game, including myself. I used to build those a lot and watch them on YouTube a lot. You know, it was really fun to just be able to make custom things to input into the game and then just go crazy with it. And in this, you don't even have to do that because they're implementing like so many things in here by the time it comes out for real. But the game's early access right now, and I cannot wait to get my hands on more of this. But this is this park. This was I'm a little beginner's luck, but let me show you my test park. So give me just 1 second. Alright, welcome to my first park. As you can see, we got this nice little Ferris wheel here, but that's not what's important. Oh wow, that is a weird Ferris wheel. That is... I didn't even notice that until now. Those little carts, man, that's crazy. That's pretty cool. I didn't know it did that. Man, I'm hoping it flips one day and it just kills all the people in there. What? Okay. So, that's not the reason this park is important. Park is important. The reason it's important is because of this. That was my first roller coaster right there. Now, as I go ahead and get it set up, I've got to do the whole thing again, don't I? Yeah, I do. As I get it set up, while I type in the cheat code and make things work. Construction. Cool. I've unlocked roller coasters, yeah. Is because this roller coaster, when I made it, I once again was using the free build thing all the time and tried to make an insane Giga Coaster style thing. Oh god, it's running. Okay, I need to get on it then. Debug, or well, just ride it. Okay, so, the thing is that they don't include the height markers in the alpha right now, since it's in alpha stages and the roller coaster editor's not really unlocked. So, because I didn't have any height markers, I couldn't see how high those big turns were that I tried to not just blaze through at 17 fucking G's. So you'll notice it gets a little wonky at a certain point because I had to try and edit it in the middle of the ride, which doesn't work too well. And you see I tried to go upside down right here like, yeah, wicked ride, right? And then it turns into a curve like here, but it gets really wonky here because it couldn't go over the turn because it was too slow and was rolling back, so I had to try and fix it in the middle of the ride. And editing pieces in the middle of the track apparently like this does not work very well in its current stages right now, but it's an alpha. And once again, it got up here, and it didn't make the turn very well, so I had to do a little adjustment to it, but it worked pretty finely. Does a little upside down loopy-doopy turn here into an angle bend. That turns this way. You know, the theory of this ride is great, beginning to actually work with the edits here as it slowly tumbles. Did I edit this part? I did. As it slowly tumbles forward dramatically. Didn't work too good as the first park. That's why I made the second quote-unquote first park, because this went interestingly, to say the least, in every aspect. Pretty much every single turn was barely made or not made, so I had to edit it, and it turned the roller coaster into a fair bit of garbage. But you know, I decided to show you guys because I was getting the hang of it and I actually like the theory of the ride. I might make a version 2 of this at some point, either when I get better with the editor or learn how, oh, you people are gonna go on it? Well, I feel bad for you. So yeah, that's my extremely strange ride that people are about to go on. And I think I'm going to try and make this an occasional series, either weekly or bi-weekly or something like that, if I have time to play in between me not being lost inside Tower Unite, because goddamn I love that game, and I'm waiting on Gage and Toasted to get it so that we can play that to the end of the earth and have so much content in it that I will die. But other than that, like, if I have time to play this outside of YouTube and start building things and make rides and actual parks like other people have, then I might start showing things off. So we'll see if I do more of that, and I want to. But for now, I'm going to end this here. So I want to thank you guys for watching, and I'll see you guys next time. But until then, this is Masked Man, logging off.